I am our real nature. It is the bliss of the self. You feel the presence of I am. You forget everything, the concepts and illusion. It is a non conditioned state. This bliss appears when you forget the object, but in the bliss there is still a little touch of the self. After all, it is still a concept. When you are tired of the outside world, you want to be alone, to be in yourself. It is the experience of a higher state, but still of the mind. The self has no pleasure or displeasure. It is without the I sense. The complete forgetfulness of illusion means that nothing is, nothing exists. It is still there, but for you it has no reality. That is what is called realization or self knowledge. It is the realization of the self without self. If someone calls you, you say, I am here. But before saying, I am here, you are. Illusion cannot give something more to reality. It cannot give something extraordinary to reality because reality is at the base of everything that is. All that exists, all that you see, the objects of your perception, all that is due to reality. Their ignorance and knowledge do not exist. They are not. So, what expression can you give to them? When you give an expression, that means there is something experienced. As soon as you feel the least existence, it is still ignorance, and you are away from yourself. You may feel love, and that is okay, but after all, it is still a state, and a state is always conditioned. The non conditional is stateless. It is the experience of the non existence of illusion. This is very subtle, and then both ignorance and knowledge don't remain. It is difficult to understand, but if you really inquire, you will get that stateless state. It is and has always been, but you don't know it. That is the difficulty. There is not a single point where reality is not. You experience its existence through objects, but all this is nothing. It is omnipresent, but you cannot see it. Why? Because you are the reality itself. So, how can you see yourself? To see your face, you need a mirror. Real happiness is inside you and not outside. In deep sleep, you are happy. You forget the world, therefore, happiness lies in the forgetting of the world. Leave the world as it is, don't destroy it, but know that it is not. Do everything you have to do, but be detached by understanding, because whatever you feel, perceive, and achieve is illusion. It doesn't exist, and your mind must accept that. The saints say, since all is nothing, how can this nothing affect you or touch you? But what your mind says affects you and touches you. So, what to do? The mind is nothing else but knowledge. People differentiate the mind from knowledge, but this is not correct. There is nothing in the world, it is illusion. Only reality is. And when you understand that the illusion is really illusion, how can it affect you? How can you even feel that is affects you? The lotus leaf lives in water, drinks water, but doesn't take the touch of water. If you pour water on it, the water rolls off and the leaf is not touched by it. When you understand that nothing remains, there is no more question of love. The bliss of the self that you feel is still the pleasure of knowledge. First, you must be aware of it, and then you become reality itself because you are He. Therefore, there is no harm in living in the illusion in the world, but as it doesn't exist, you are not touched. The lotus stays in water but doesn't care for it. In this way, you must experience your true nature. I say experience. But there the words do not exist because it is beyond space, beyond zero. As the words cannot penetrate there, they stop there. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, from where the words come back, that is my state. He was a king and was ruling, but still he knew that nothing is. You don't understand that everything is nothing and that this nothing can't touch you. Even when you feel that nothing can touch you, you are still in illusion. That is the highest point of philosophy, and you can reach there. There, there is no master nor disciple, for both are only one. The duality doesn't exist there, only oneness is, and nothing is outside of it. Therefore, stay in the illusion but with understanding. Two friends wanted to play a trick on another friend. One of them started to insult the other one, but he was laughing at the insult. A third friend was troubled and said, how can you laugh when is insulting you? He was laughing because he had the key to the game. But the third boy didn't understand. In the same way, realized persons, though they are living in the world, understand that all this is nothing, and whatever happens, nothing is happening. Therefore, they are not touched. People are always in fear of what happens or what will happen. They are afraid of what people will say. They think what I am going to do, what will happen to me. They fight or enjoy. All of this type of bondage is due to the mind. The one who is out of the circle understands that all is nothing, it doesn't exist, it is only ignorance. It is said that only the one who dives deep into the ocean can find the pearl. The one who remains on the surface is carried away in the stream of pleasure and suffering. You must dive deep into the depths of the unlimited because that is where you are. Never stop at the limited. The gold doesn't care for the shapes it takes in the ornaments. It may be in the shape of a dog or of a god. It is unconcerned with the form. In the same way, be indifferent to things because they do not exist. Nothing can touch you. You are not unattached. The mind must come to the point of the complete understanding of the illusion. There lies your state. Nothing remains, for he who has understood there is no more gain or loss. Don't ask if you can achieve reality because you are the reality. So why say can I? First of all, get out of the circle, leave everything one after the other, and go deep in yourself. Come back then and be in the all. What you have described is a good state, no doubt, but go a little further. When the mind accepts that all is illusion and only illusion, then you are in yourself. The body and the mind are illusion. You should be happy to know that. Get rid of your identifications. The only thing that the master does is to show you the real value of the power which is in you, to which you pay no attention. He does nothing more. It was only a stone you thought, but the master reveals its true nature, which is a diamond. He makes you the most precious stone. I am omnipresent and almighty. I am the creator of all that is. When you are at the base of all, you are in the all.